Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode. Today, I'm doing this video after I've already done what I'm saying I'm going to do because I realised I didn't film a before video. But I'm going to pull the motor and box out of this car here, do what I can do, and yeah, it's going to get a whole nother motor and box, so this motor and box isn't needed in here. May as well pull it out, stack it away in my other shed and start getting the body ready for some body work. Enjoy. Here's a bit of a tip for people. This tool here, this is off Wish or AliExpress or something, a couple of dollars, whatever it was. Perfect for when you got these hoses and they're quite tight to get off. You just get it in behind there, give it a bit of a run around, and next thing you know, the hose has sort of broken that seal that it's got from being clamped up for so long, and here we go, hose is off. Beautiful. Today last night I started on removing the motor, so we've got the two bolts either side of the engine mount, the nut off the top, same on the other side, clutch cable's undone, throttle cable, you got your hose to your brake booster, heater hoses, radiators out, got your earth strap, your power and your trigger to your starter motor removed, and the fuel line, I've tucked it back up in here, fuel line off. This one doesn't run a return line, so don't have to worry about that. But yeah, that's pretty much everything off the motor. So now, like, the gearbox is still bolted up, and because we're still in a what they call a level 4 lockdown here in New Zealand, we can't just go to our mate's place and go pick up tools like an engine crane, which I don't have here. So we've got the trolley jack, and I was going to truck the trolley jack underneath the motor and the gearbox somewhere where it's going to be balanced, and take the weight and drop the cross member, and then once the cross member's out of the way, drop the whole lot down onto blocks of wood, and then I should be able to separate the motor and the box and shimmy it out. I would undo the gearbox first because I can handle that and get it out, but I don't want to. It'll be quite hard to get the motor out just by itself going down just on a jack, because you've got the front sump, and that's right where your cross member is probably the balance point of the motor, so it'll be quite hard to balance it on the jack and take it down, whereas if it's one big unit motor and box, it should be easier to balance, easier to control, and let it down slowly. And this is a carpet floor. As you can see, there's already a stain there from the previous owners, but I don't want to add any more oil to it, so I want to be as gentle as possible. I'm not too sure how visible that was on the video, but this oil is still came out mint condition because it hasn't actually done many Ks. You can sort of see it a bit better there, but I did not use a clean container to drain into, so there's no way I'm keeping this. This is my waste oil drum, so this oil can be thrown out really. It's probably done between 1,000 and 2,000 Ks in that gearbox, which is bugger all for gearbox oil, but yeah, I don't want to muck around for the cost of oil. It's worthwhile putting new stuff in. As you can see, this oil's coming out pretty messy. Can't remember if I actually got to do an oil change on this motor really. This motor came out of, oh, can't even remember which vehicle to be honest, but yeah, I've done a lot of motor swaps and all the rest, and this motor wasn't in there for too long. Lasted the summer, and I yeah, did too many burnouts, got it hot. Oh wait, no, before that it split a water pipe. I'm trying to think which one. Might have been this one around the back here. One of these pipes down here had split as I was driving, and I was unaware. I overheated it sitting in gridlock traffic, so by the time I looked at the heat gauge it was already too hot and I couldn't pull over because I was stuck in the middle of 2 lanes of traffic, and finally pulled over and it was too late, so we patched it up, threw the car on the burnout pad and finished the motor, finished the tyres, and yeah, I never planned on keeping the motor on it. It was just, it had been about 6 years or more since this had been road legal, so I just wanted to go thrash it. And lovely day here in Whangarei. It's all nice and moist outside, but it's the middle of lockdown, can't really go anywhere apart from the supermarket at the moment, so why not punch out some work on the old hacks. Bit of a pro tip, if you want to call it that. Sandwich bags. Snap lock sandwich bags. Handy. Store your bolts in it, write what they are, and do what I haven't done and throw it in a container with all the parts from that car, and it makes it so much easier when you go to put shit back together. So we've got everything unbolted, motor's been dropped down, gearbox and drive shaft out. This is some of the parts. This gearbox, a bit filthy, needs a good clean up. Still works sweet, it's got a little crunch between second and third from memory. This is a bit of a thicker sway bar, a lot thicker than the standard one. Can't remember what I got it out of, but yeah. Clean up all the engine mounts, steering parts, the cross member. Going to give everything a bit of a clean up and a repaint while it's all out. Get it ready to go back in. Now that the motor's out, you can see this rough looking rust repair that had been done before my ownership, and I want to tidy things like that up, tidy the whole engine bay up, make it look nice and pretty. There's also, when I took the gearbox out, it started leaking water, so I'm guessing there's a frost bung. I think there might be one behind that plate even. There's some sort of a water leak happening at the back there, because it wasn't until I took the pressure off that plate that water started pissing out. So there's obviously a leak in the block there. If I ever go to rebuild it, or something I got to look at. Clutch, still in usable condition. Probably could do with another skim on the flywheel and the pressure plate, but there's still a lot of life left in that. Oh well guys, yeah, everything's stripped out. That'll probably wrap it up for this video, and I better get on to stacking all my parts and tools away and start water blasting some of that stuff. So yeah, stay tuned for the next video. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.